Blackwater Bay was a town suspended in time. Its streets, once bustling with life, now lay silent, echoing the whispers of a bygone era. The buildings, with their peeling paint and broken windows, stood as silent sentinels, guarding the secrets of the past. The salty air hung heavy, carrying with it the scent of brine and decay. The seaweed, tangled and rotting, clung to the decaying wood on the shore, a testament to the relentless passage of time. The waves, gentle yet persistent, lapped against the rocks as if trying to reclaim the land. Fishing boats bobbed gently in the harbour, their nets hanging like cobwebs in the morning mist. These boats, once the lifeblood of the town, now seemed like relics of a forgotten age. The harbour, shrouded in mist, held an air of melancholy, as if mourning the loss of its former glory. The townsfolk were a stoic bunch, their faces weathered by the harsh sea wind and etched with a lifetime of stories. Each wrinkle and scar told a tale of hardship and resilience. They moved through the narrow cobblestone streets with a quiet determination, their hands deftly working with ropes and nets, keeping the traditions of their ancestors alive. But beneath the tranquility, a current of unease rippled through the cobblestone streets. Shadows moved along deserted alleys, and the cracks in the old stone walls seemed to whisper secrets of their own. The town, though outwardly calm, was a place of hidden tensions and unspoken fears. For Blackwater Bay held a secret, a legend whispered from generation to generation. The tale of the Phantom, a ghost ship doomed to sail the bay for eternity. The shipwrecks that dotted the coastline were a grim reminder of the Phantom. They say it's cursed, doomed to sail forever. The ship, shrouded in mist, appears and disappears without warning, its ghostly silhouette a haunting presence on the horizon. The waves crash against the pier with an ominous force, as if trying to warn the townsfolk of the danger that lurks just beyond the fog. No one really knows what happened, but the tale's been passed down for as long as I can remember. The old parchment and faded photographs tell a story of a once thriving town, now haunted by its past. The villagers, gathered around a flickering fire, share these stories, keeping the legend of the Phantom alive. A reminder of the mysteries that lie beneath the surface of Blackwater Bay. The legend spoke of a grand ship, the Black Swan, that vanished without a trace centuries ago. Some said it was caught in a ferocious storm, dragged beneath the waves by the wrath of the sea. Others believed it was attacked by pirates, its treasure looted, and its crew sent to a watery grave. But the most chilling whispers told of a mutiny, a dark pact made with an unholy entity, and a curse that bound the ship and its crew to the bay for all time. Claire had always been drawn to the mysteries of the deep. A young marine biologist, she had come to Blackwater Bay seeking knowledge and adventure. She had heard the whispers of the Phantom, dismissed as mere folklore, nothing more than tall tales spun to frighten tourists and fuel the local pub's gossip mill.
But I was intrigued. I couldn't resist the allure of the unknown.
Claire was intrigued. She couldn't resist the allure of the unknown. Days turned into weeks as Claire delved into the history of Blackwater Bay, poring over maritime records and local archives. She scoured crumbling logbooks and yellowed maps, searching for any mention of the Black Swan. The townsfolk, wary of her questions and her interest in the legend, offered little help. They believed some things were best left undisturbed. But Claire was undeterred. The more elusive the truth seemed, the more determined she became to uncover it. One night, under the pale glow of a full moon, Claire decided to take matters into her own hands.
Equipped with a compass, a map, and a flashlight, I set sail into the heart of Blackwater Bay.
The air was still and heavy, the silence broken only by the gentle lapping of water against the hull of her small sailboat.
A thick fog rolled in, swallowing the moonlight and shrouding the sea in an eerie silence.
Then, through the swirling mist, a shape emerged, a ship, its masts reaching for the sky like skeletal fingers, the Black Swan. It was far grander than Claire could have imagined, yet its grandeur was marred by a chilling decay. The once proud vessel was now a rotting carcass, its sails tattered and torn, its hull covered in barnacles and seaweed. As Claire approached, a sense of dread washed over her. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was crossing a threshold into a place she was never meant to be. Mustering her courage, Claire climbed aboard the Black Swan. The deck was eerily silent, the air thick with the smell of salt, decay, and something else, something unsettlingly cold and ancient.
As I stepped into the ship's bowels, I heard them, the ghostly echoes of the crew, their moans and whispers seeming to seep from the very timbers of the ship.
Shadows moved in the periphery of her vision, fleeting glimpses of skeletal figures manning the ropes and swabbing the decks. They paid her no mind, trapped in their spectral tasks, their hollow eyes staring into the abyss.
Claire's search led her to the captain's quarters. The room was frozen in time, the captain's log lying open on a dust-covered desk.
As I began to read, the words swam before my eyes, recounting a tale of greed, betrayal, and a desperate pact made with an entity from the depths.
The captain, obsessed with immortality, had sacrificed his crew in a dark ritual, binding their souls to the ship. The log ended abruptly, the final sentence scrawled in a desperate hand.
We are cursed. The Black Swan will never find peace.
Claire knew she had to do something. She had stumbled upon a tragedy, a story of souls.
The captain's log hinted at a way to break the curse, a ritual that would appease the entity and release the crew from their spectral prison. It was a dangerous gamble, but I was determined to set things right.
Using the information gleaned from the log, she gathered the necessary artifacts scattered throughout the ship. A tarnished silver locket, a chipped compass, and a piece of the ship's original sailcloth. Standing on the deck of the Black Swan, under the watchful gaze of the full moon, Claire performed the ritual. The night was eerily silent, save for the gentle lapping of the waves against the hull. The air was thick with anticipation, as if the very ocean held its breath, waiting for the moment of release.
The air crackled with energy, and the ghostly figures of the crew gathered around me, their ethereal forms shimmering in the moonlight. Each figure, once a living soul, now a spectral presence, seemed to carry the weight of centuries of longing. Their eyes, though hollow, spoke volumes of stories untold and dreams unfulfilled.
As the final words left her lips, the ship shuddered violently. The very timbers of the Black Swan seemed to groan in response, as if the vessel itself was alive and reacting to the ancient incantation. The storm that had been brewing on the horizon now unleashed its fury, waves crashing against the ship with relentless force. The ghostly figures turned towards her, their hollow eyes filled with a flicker of gratitude before they faded into the mist, finally free. One by one, they dissolved into the night, their forms becoming one with the fog that enveloped the ship. It was a bittersweet moment, a release from their eternal bondage, yet a farewell to the only existence they had known.
Thank you. Your courage has given us peace. We are forever in your debt.
The Black Swan, its purpose fulfilled, began to disintegrate before Claire's eyes, its timbers groaning in protest as it surrendered to the depths. The once mighty vessel, now a mere shadow of its former self, slowly sank into the abyss, leaving behind only memories and legends.
Peace. At last. The ocean, now calm and serene, reflected the first light of dawn, signalling a new beginning. The spirits were at rest, and the sea, once a place of torment, had become a sanctuary of tranquility.
Claire returned to shore, shaken but forever changed by her encounter with the phantom. The night was cold, and the wind whispered secrets that only she could hear. The waves crashed against the rocks, mirroring the turmoil within her. She felt a chill that went beyond the physical, a haunting reminder of the spectral presence she had faced. She kept her experience a secret, knowing no one would believe her. The townsfolk were skeptical of ghost stories, dismissing them as mere folklore. Claire, however, knew the truth. She could still feel the icy grip of fear whenever she closed her eyes, the image of the phantom etched into her memory.
The legend of the Black Swan lived on in hushed whispers, a cautionary tale told to warn of the dangers that lurked beneath the surface. It was said that those who ventured too close to the water at night would hear the mournful cries of lost souls. The elders spoke of a time when the bay was a place of joy, now overshadowed by the darkness of its past.
But now, when Claire looked out at the seemingly tranquil waters of Blackwater Bay, she saw more than just the reflection of the moon and stars. She saw the hidden depths, the secrets that lay beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. The bay, once a place of solace, had become a reminder of the unknown, a place where reality and the supernatural intertwined. She saw the lingering darkness, the echo of a tragedy, and the knowledge that some mysteries are best left undisturbed, even if their answers seem to offer peace. Claire understood that some truths were too dangerous to uncover, that the silence of the bay was a warning, not an invitation. The silence remains, a testament to the secrets that the waters of Blackwater Bay hold, and the courage it takes to leave them undisturbed.